now, I've put the boats down. You can see there's a Mithridatic one there too. I've got this leader I've got to take. He's a +1 leader. Look on the unnamed leader replacement. On a 1 or a 2, I get him back. So he'll get bumped to December for a chance to get it. Would have been a big deal to get him back. So if I have anywhere where I can build troops over here, I can't because I don't have any leaders there. There are a lot of places you can make mistakes in this game. A lot of stupid little mistakes, things you're not thinking of at any given time correctly, you know. Like the potential was here where the numbers could have caused, as it was, we had a showdown between the two armies, which is exactly what we kind of expected. Definitely not what Pompey wanted, but he thought he had Sertorius trapped there. If the interception hadn't worked, could it have failed? I don't think so. They were too close. If the interception hadn't been able to work, then we would have been talking about a smaller force. But the fact that there was a supply wagon here that got captured actually made Sertorius perfectly safe. And you can see, I mean, I had like the assumption that Sertorius was wiped out at one point. Then I had that. That happens in this game. But another kind of thing that happens in this game is, oh shit, I had to pre-plan and have all my leaders placed in place, or I'm not going to be able to build troops anywhere. As it stands, Rome is only going to be able to build troops in, it looks like, is that Tarraconensis or Lusitania? Oh, I don't know. I think that's Tarraconensis. Only in Tarraconensis. And they can only build Hispania troops there. They won't be able to build anything anywhere else. They are able to build in Macedonia, I think. I don't think the siege breaks that. But likewise, though, Mithridates is only going to be able to build in Asia for the most part. So, you know, such is, right? You start to get an idea of these things. I assume the pirates and Rhodes can rebuild troops, even though they don't have any leaders in the game. That may not be the case, but they never have leaders, and they do have a replacement point rate. So it's the only way to reconcile those two pieces of information, I guess. Oh, wait. Who's this? Oh, this is Spartacus, who may not happen. The reason he may not happen? Because, as is usual in this game, things happen too quickly. And it may be the mistakes that cause it to happen too quickly. Maybe Pompey wouldn't, you know, if he was wise, he wouldn't have made that attack. He would have played out for more time. With his no morale, 6 points of morale, he has to make an attack somewhere. But, I mean, he could, you know, hit somewhere here. He couldn't do this unless he did an assault there. And then, because it was already under siege, you can only if you do an assault or if you lay down the siege do you get your free pass for the turn. But yeah, he really couldn't afford a turn with no attacks, ever, you know. And one failure anywhere would cause him to dissolve anyway. So it kind of highlights one of the things that leaves a bad taste in your mouth about this game. One bad die roll, and quite honestly, you know, the battles were often these massive all-or-nothing affairs, and they could have hinged on small events. You know, you don't fight a battle if you don't have a chance of winning, supposedly, right? Doing this, but you know, so there could be this huge calamity on a die roll. There's no question that that's just part of what the topic represents, but also one small mistake. And it's not like leaders didn't make mistakes and things didn't go badly. However, the situations that are portrayed in this game are generally ones where that level of mistake didn't happen, at least for everyone. And that it tends to be, you know, that kind of close run thing where you miscalculate or whatever. Those two things kind of leave me with, well, it's just not a lot of fun, you know. I'm going to walk away thinking either luck did it or me not paying enough attention, you know, and making one error and then boom, it's just over. It's not like, oh, I made one error and then, you know, my opponent had time to make errors too and whatever. Nah, it's just whoever makes the first big blunder usually loses, or whoever, you know, gets the first bad die roll on one of those major attacks. So that leaves you with a taste of dissatisfaction, and I don't feel like that happens in the ancient world games, Carthage and the Rise of the Roman Republic. Hey, there's one of them. Oh, there they both are. There I feel like you have opportunities to do some operational type stuff. You know, here the game is very demanding in terms of getting the counts right, getting everything right, being aware of what everything can strike you, and all those kind of facets that if a player was very, very careful, they could probably avoid, you know, making those mistakes. But I'm not that careful, and most people I play aren't that careful. So, you know, and even if you are that careful, it usually will come down to a close die roll, or else the game is very badly imbalanced. But it also, and I don't know if it's the error factors or something else. It also does tend to just totally end up ahistorically early. You know, the scenario is boom, this is over. You know, the Civil War is done. Spartacus, yeah, he may not come in because Rome's not in enough trouble now. I don't know. Anyway, I got to try to see if I got any troops I can build. Probably not, so I'll probably just be banking points on the Romans. And that's one thing. Mithridates' low replacement rate, not such a bad thing in some ways, because he can build up forces that he gets to build on every turn, I think. It still costs him double money, but it doesn't cost him double replacement points. Whereas the forces here, that's a fixed amount. Now, you can dance around with your leaders and make sure you can build everyone and stuff like that. But right now, Rome's kind of low on troops and maybe in a lot of trouble. Except the game is over. Sertorius is the sole imperator, he wins. All right, let me, I don't know what the hell to do. I'll probably make the other video private and re-upload because I can't piece things together over on YouTube anymore. Yep, forgot about that. Another easy way to make mistakes. You don't recognize when the game actually ended. Well, that means this one's over. That's cool.